Movie review, Healing 7/10, directed by Edishina Abiola Paul, produced by Oibibimp Adedemiji, also starring as Abani, and executively produced by Latif Adedemiji. This family drama titled Healing with a runtime of 2 hours 8 minutes is currently streaming on the producer's YouTube channel Mobim TV. Synopsis: when brand influencer Abani Oibibimp Adedemiji is diagnosed with a high count of the human papillomavirus HPV campaign, she was contracted to drive or lead online. Her marriage with her husband Adedemola Gabriel Afalian is consequently threatened. Will this couple live up to their marital vows of for better for worse, in sickness and in health? Or will HPV win? Best to find out for yourself. My take: what a breath of fresh air this is. It's quite unfortunate that stories like these do not make the headlines. To think that many persons may be living with the HPV unbeknownst to them. Health is indeed wealth. I can't express enough how much I enjoyed watching this. Story plot: the story highlights the awareness around the human papillomavirus, which is the most common causes of cervical cancer. It also portrays steps to be taken in the right direction. It equally explores the strain a diagnosis causes to relationships, marriage, and friendships, the misconception around diagnosis, the effect of a diagnosis on one's career, the stigmatization, and the problems that come with vulnerability. The plot took on an already familiar subject of the pressure from in-laws around childbirth. This nonetheless added an extra layer to the film, which blended well in the storytelling. The group therapy sessions was also an addendum to the plot that made this even more relatable and helped to drive home the message, especially hearing the testimonies of the women in attendance. Gosh, I shed a few tears, to be honest. Casting performance: the casting was good. Gabriel and Mo gave a brilliant performance. But my best was the actor who played Abani's dad. Would love to watch his movies. He made daddies appear like angels. I love that this was depicted this way. A very supportive father. Everyone interpreted their roles well. Direction, execution: this was executed seamlessly, and the message was passed without stress. Good pacing and sequencing. No unnecessary scenes or excessively repeated dialogues. Yoruba-based as its first language, with the subtitles, it's easy to follow the story. Technical aspect: this film suffered in its cinematography. The lighting was poor, especially with outdoor scenes. Some of the wigs used were not very impressive. However, the background songs were really good and were slotted in a timely and appropriate manner. Lessons: 1. Trust no one. 2. You can be educated yet not exposed to a whole lot. 3. For every man who cheats on their wives, just know that while you think you're enjoying yourself, you are exposing your wife to a whole lot. 4. Women, please check your HPV status early, speak up and take care of your bodies. 5. Sometimes life doesn't go the way we plan or picture it. And the people that we hold dear to our hearts are the ones that hurt us the most. We love them, that's why it hurts. Observation, a questions, a suggestions. 1. The editing was not very good, particularly as minutes were wasted in the closing credits. There was no list of casts. This was frustrating as I wanted to know the names of most of the actors I didn't know before too. The belly bump looked too artificial in this modern day and age when silicone bumps are readily available. 3. Now that this awareness has been raised, what's the follow-up for women? I'll suggest a full-blown campaign with vans at strategic locations all across Nigeria in marketplaces so it's easier for women to access the test. Or social media conversations around this as well as actions taken, not just words. 4. The subtitling is inconsistent, sometimes too with grammatical errors. 5. What did Adedamola do for a living? I know the story wasn't about him, but then he's the second main character, right? Also, we didn't see him with his friends after the first 2 scenes. 6. Wait a sec. Is Madame Mercy really living with the stage for cancer? It's one of 2 things. Either she acted it so well, or it's her reality. That looked too real. Her demeanor and the makeup. 7. I loved how Abani flipped the table on Adedamola. He was given a taste of his own medicine. Conclusion: this was such a good watch. One of the movies I won't forget in a hurry. Engaging, compelling, relatable, sensational, very educational, informative, and with sprinkles of funny moments, especially with Abani's mother-in-law and sister-in-law. Kudos to everyone involved in this project. Women are advised to go for their pap smears. This movie comes highly recommended. Let's spread the word. Rating: 7/10. Have you seen this? What did you think? I haven't seen it, just that I'm skeptical about how Nollywood portray medical scene, and it's always as if research wasn't done. The doctors and the nurses are not always like how it operate. I will try and watch it. Wanted to watch, but the stress of reading subtitles made me keep it for now.